All right, here we go, jumping into another match. I would like to play first. This hand seems pretty reasonable. No turn one play, either of a removal spell or Birds of Paradise variety, but Double Cobra, Courser, Souls, pretty good. Which works out because we have this Raging Ravine. I really enjoy getting to play this in Modern. I mean, this card's very good, and I've never played Jund, so I've never had the experience of getting to play Raging Ravine. Closest I've got is Mutavault. Let's see what our opponent is on here. This hand is probably very good against the sort of grindy matchups, and if he's on combo or something, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. But we will see. Well, we'll have to wait for him to to actually get into our match, but that's fine. So let's talk a little, I guess, since we have some time to kill, talk about Modern as a whole. Like I said, this hand is good against a fair deck, but not necessarily a combo deck. I think that describes, if there was to be a problem with the format, that's what it is. Because basically the only proactive thing against all strategies you can do is play discard spells. And I don't think that's, incredibly healthy. So I know this comes back to the whole force of will of Modern argument, et cetera, but that's not really good either because it's blue only. And counter spells are already, something that a lot of decks can do. What I'd like to see is, and I don't know really what this would even look like, ways for green to proactively deal with something, or ways for white to proactively deal with something. I don't think that's necessarily something that's going to happen. And that's why you have to pair things with other colors. But right now, you see all these black-based decks, Abzan, Jund, because they just have access to Thoughtseize and Inquisition, and those are sometimes the most powerful things you can do in the format. And the other, the other options don't have things on that level. So is Force of Will the answer, or is just Counterspell the answer? I don't know. I mean, then you could become a black-blue deck with all the answers, and the other three colors are still shut out. So I'm not sure. That's just sort of if I were to say the biggest problem Modern has is the lack of proactive answers to so many different game plans. That said, our opponent in this game, well, that's pretty good. I mean, I guess we could discard that, so that's value, but it's still quite the blowout. Gross. Okay. Yeah, there's the birds. So, I guess if I play the Cobra here, I guess that would be fine. We can play the birds maybe, and then next turn go Cobra and flashback the souls. I guess we'll just play the Lotus Cobra. Smallpox is a little worse. I mean, we could just flashback Lingering Souls here and start beating him down, which honestly might be fine. Maybe that's the best play. It protects against the next Smallpox. So if we just play the birds or the Cobra here, any Smallpoxes again, that hurts. I think I will do that, assuming we can get black mana with this fetch. We can get Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, we're fine. We're gonna have to play a Smallpox deck on this stream sometime. This seems like a lot of fun. Lose a life, discard a card, sack a creature, sack a land. Even play Death Cloud at the top end if you want to go that route. I mean, this card's actually really sweet in those decks because they're sort of the old school rock decks were Death Cloud, and you would play Birds of Paradise and things like this to make a lot of mana, but also things you didn't care about sacrificing. You could just grind out advantage. So Courser fits very well into that strategy. The Lingering Souls value right here. Turn the Smallpox into as much of a positive as possible. See now okay, Inquisitions, I guess it probably takes our Courser. Which is still, fine for us. We get to play out 2 creatures next turn and get to attack with these Lingering Souls. He took the Cobra. That's actually very interesting. I'm considering playing. I don't want to tap out for the Courser here, because we have to play land to do it. And if the fact he didn't take it means he probably has a removal spell for it, so I don't want to run it out with the chance of no value. So I'm just going to play the birds instead. And then on the next turn, we can play Courser and get a shot to actually play a land off the top of our deck. Now it's also getting both of the... Okay. Oh no, you got me. We've been manatized. I will not pay 1. Oh, I could have played around it too. Oh, what a blowout. Alright. Nobody expects the Manatite, I promise. You play this card, you're going to get somebody because nobody ever expects it. That's fine though. I mean, it's the only way that could have been relevant is I actually would have considered just activating this next turn with everything. But it was, however, not the case. All right, there goes the Courser. Okay. Okay, well, he's just about blown his load. We're top decking without a Courser in play, so that's unfortunate. But we drew the best possible card. I mean, this card's just so good in Modern. I mean, turns out it was pretty good everywhere. It was all over Standard, got banned in Block. But as it turns out, confirmed very good in Modern as well. Alright, so if he is able to... well, there's one of the lands. If he has another land into a board wipe, then that is, I guess, the worst for us, but we're just going to keep this in our graveyard. Oh, I didn't notice he had put his own in there. Okay. Lingering Soul's Mirror. We've dealt ourselves a decent amount of damage just because of the of our lands. Now the question is, do we flash ours back into a possible Wrath next turn? I think that's fine. And we just have no pressure otherwise. So let's see what he follows up with. He played a land, so he has 1 card in hand, and it's a Victim of Night. Sure. Alright, looks like we may go the distance with these spirits. He has no cards in hand, so he's got to top deck something. You know, this looks weird because you don't ever see it. It's actually pretty... I mean, it's basically go for the throat, right? That probably doesn't come up that often, the downside on it. Go for the throat, you play over Doomblade or whatever because, you know, because you can hit black creatures like Dark Confidant or whatnot, but you can't hit affinity creatures with it, and that's really relevant. This, if you can make double black mana, actually kills everything, except for, I guess, a Huntmaster that fails. Vampires. Olivia, I guess. It's hard to actually think of, you know, exactly the things that it doesn't get. It's very good. It said Lingering Souls is even better, and we drew 2 of them, so... Alright, this puts him down to 7. Maybe. Okay, that's fine. I'm actually fine with that because it means... I mean, he may have land in hand, but it means that he has to have land and Wrath to get our guys. Alternatively, I was possibly going to bolt him at the end of the turn just to, if we drew a land, to activate that, but... So I'm going to hold this, I think. It doesn't speed up the clock any because he's dead next turn regardless. Because of the, you know, obviously the bolt plus attack. Playing this and then he just wraths us means that he's at 4 and we have a bolt and can't kill him. But now if we get in a hit with these guys, it's over. Alright, we're playing around all the mana ties this time. Alright, we got there. Okay, game 2 against, I guess just smallpox.deck. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But we want our grindy stuff, that's for sure. Alright, we definitely want this. This is probably it, honestly. I mean, we saw Lingering Souls out of him, so this is only situationally good because it actually deals the same name. And I think that they're just named Spirit, so I think that it kills ours as well. And all of his. I could be wrong. I don't know what to cut here. Like things like Blade Splicer, we actually seem like we have pretty good cards in this matchup. I guess we'll Thoughtseize them. Like I don't love I certainly didn't see anything to path. So if that's wrong, we'll find out. Let's see how this goes. I guess this is where we get to live the dream with Thundermaw. Thundermaw Hellkite on his Lingering Souls tokens. Hand seems reasonable. It's got to bring delight. Opponent also kept 7. Let's see what he wants to do here. He's on the play this time, so those smallpoxes are going to be much more devastating to us. I imagine he may take the Thundermaw if he's playing the long game. He may just take the Blade Splicer because it's sort of the most immediate value. We'll see. If I were him, obviously it depends on what's in his hand. I mean, this is very good in Smallpox. We can just sack the Splicer and keep the 3/3. But the Thundermaw is, the long-term threat, but he may have plenty of ways to deal with that. Yeah, he took the Splicer. Okay. Get our land out there. It looks like we're going to have red, black, green, white, so we should have no problem with colors. Huh. I see. Well, good news. We have the Staticaster. Bad news, he gets to draw off of it. We took out the paths and drew the Staticaster, so this is fine though. Unless he follows it up with another Thoughtseize or Smallpox or none of the above. I don't want to get manatized. As crazy as that sounds. I actually think I'm just going to bolt it. No, that's... Huh. Hey, this is why he's actually got me successfully scared of Mana Tithe right here. I'm going to bolt it because if he Mana Tithes our Staticaster, that's very difficult to come back from. We know he has another Confidant in hand, so we don't have to, this way we don't have to deal as much damage to ourselves because we can fetch for something better with this. We can play this to deal with the second one, if that's the way he goes. Now he's got the Flagstone, so Smallpox here would actually be pretty devastating for us. Looks like this might be it. Okay. Also very good. I don't know what to discard here. I think we want to keep the land because we're going to have to hit the Thundermaw to try to kill the Liliana. I think I'm supposed... And we need this to deal with his Confidant we know he has. I actually think I'm supposed to pitch... It's either pitch the Courser or pitch the Bring Delight. I kind of want to just untap and play Courser. Try to get some value off of it. Force him to minus his Liliana. Be ready to Thundermaw at the turn after that. Bring Delight's going to be so good, though. I mean, we don't get our Thundermaw, but we can get Obsidat, which dodges Liliana and then has Obsidat. That's very good. I'm going to get rid of the Courser. So let's hope that he doesn't discard a Lingering Souls. He discarded a Lingering Souls. Shocker. That's theoretically fine. Thundermaw will get it. Staticaster will get it. Yeah, that's fetch. Now, if he follows it up with any sort of land destruction, we're in a lot of trouble, but... looks like Sacred Foundry is probably correct here. red and let's see. I guess we don't have blue. Maybe I'll get the. Well, we're gonna need double red. Yeah, I'm gonna get Sacred Foundry. Okay. I don't know what we're going to end up pitching here. I'm trying to think ahead to the next Liliana activation. If I just play the Hallowed Fountain tapped. I mean, maybe I should have played it untapped so I could use this. That actually, yeah. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I should have paid the 2 life or just played the Flooded Strand instead, and then we could have flashed this in if we needed to. So if he just follows up with Dark Confidant here, we can't kill it. But then again, I may have to pitch it anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just want to go Thundermaw. Kill the... He passed, so he's holding up removal for the Thundermaw. I think I might play the Bring to Light and get Obsidat. Victim of Night will kill it, I guess. Is there anything else we can get? Let's see. Black, white, blue. Get the breeding pool with this. The fact he passed like this just means he has to be sitting on removal. And that Thundermaw will just be killed. So I'm going to see if there's anything we can get with Bring to Light that's better here. Like, as weird as it is, I may just get Lingering Souls, I guess. Is that... I don't know. Well, we'll get our breeding pool. I guess we may want... I don't know if it'll let me go back. Probably not at this point. I guess I have to get the breeding pool. Okay. There may have been a better way to do that where we could have had triple red. I could have got Steam Vents if I'd added white, black, red, green. I could have got Steam Vents added blue. Oh well, that's fine. Let's Bring to Light. See what we can get here. Blade Splicer? Blade Splicer's not bad. I think Victim of Night will kill this. At which point we've done nothing and then we're just going to die to Liliana. I think I have to get Lingering Souls. That following up with Thundermaw next turn presents the best way, I think, to actually kill Liliana. Without it ultimating on us, which we're obviously not going to beat, so... We'll see. Probably pitching the Kiki Jiki here. It's Tech Edge. Yep. As expected. There's the Dark Confidant. Alright, this means he must not have great answers to this here. We don't actually have the ability to cast either of these right now, but we can flashback Lingering Souls. Ew, that's probably pretty good against us. Alright, we have a lot of good draws here. That wasn't one of them. And because that does nothing, I'm just going to keep it in hand so that we can discard it and keep our Thundermaw. So he still has a Lingering Souls in his graveyard. This is going to be very difficult to win. He gets to go off with the Dark Confidant now. Smother. I mean, the good news is the Lingering Souls is very good against all of these removal spells. It's a good thing he never played any of these Thorns. He's just sitting on removal because he knows we have Thundermaw. Okay, well. We have a plan. Land off the top, please. Not quite. I'm trying to figure out if I send everything at Liliana. Not sure that I do, since we can't kill it. If I attack it with 3, I put it to... Nah, I'm just going to get everything out. We just got to kill Liliana. We're not going to win. We may not win anyways, but we're certainly not winning. It would have been so good if we'd hit the land there. We could have played the land, played the Thundermaw, kill Liliana, hit him for 4. I guess he doesn't have a lot of ways to gain life, and he's pitching all these swords. Maybe we can poke him down enough. Dark Confidant will kill him. Alright. Smother is converted mana cost 3 or less. That won't kill us. He's almost certainly got a Victim of Night or something to get this Resto Angel. I don't think it's worth trying to do anything here. This is him flashing back Lingering Souls, I imagine. Oh. Victim of Night. The old... Wow. Okay, well the good news is we've played around this the entire game. Exactly as we wanted. Oh, this Resto Angel's actually going to be a bit of a blowout. It's going to be the only thing we're just going to die to these, though, aren't we? Alright, let's think about this, because if he's obviously going to flash back Lingering Souls after this, which gives him another token. He then hits us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And any non-creature spell, like Smother, which we know he has, will just kill us on our next turn. It's very bad. It's very, very bad for us. I think I may have to pitch Resto Angel and hope to draw a land that can cast Thundermaw, which allows us to get in for 8 at him, and then his Dark Confidant might kill him. Because otherwise we're dead. I think if I discard Thundermaw, play Resto Angel, we can't actually kill Liliana unless we send everything, at which point he just takes it, and then he smothers one of our tokens and kills us. So, because he'll have 2 from the Confidant, 3 from the Mentor, that's 5. He'll have 2 Mentor tokens, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and he'll have 2 Souls tokens, and that's 11, and we'll die. Alternatively, we don't mess with Liliana. We play out Resto Angel. But then we're playing defense against the Liliana Monastery Mentor, Lingering Souls. I don't really think we're winning that game either. It's a whole bunch of tokens. Yeah, okay. We have a plan. Play to our outs here. Here goes. So close. So close. Okay. Well, we got Liliana. And then I accidentally hit F2 again and pass the turn. I guess this plays over. We're playing around the second Liliana. I mean, to be honest, this does nothing. So holding this in hand is actually probably fine. Yep. All that matters is if we're alive, I don't know that we actually are, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we might be alive. Oh, but then we can't fetch and we don't have a basic mountain. Yeah, we're dead. Assuming he flashes it back pre-combat here, we're dead. We have a very narrow subset of outs if he... By the way, how blown out am I getting for not fetching that Steam Vents earlier? I think if we walk this game back, we lost it there. I didn't think about it at the time. I was thinking I wanted double green. I mean, because obviously we did not have another green source once our Raging Ravine's gone. And we did have a red source. So, you know, from that perspective, it makes sense. However, you know, from the perspective of anything else, it does not. So we've died. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so we know he's got Dark Confidant. I really don't even want to path him. I just want to bolt it. This Staticaster is very good. I didn't know about Monastery Mentor, so we're obviously going to value this a little higher this time around. I'm going to get this in here. Well, no. I don't think there's value over that. Both of these kill Monastery Mentor, so... I don't know what to cut. Maybe Cobra? Maybe a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize seems pretty good. I'm going to cut a Cobra. Our deck doesn't go to 2 to 4, or 2 to 5 is obviously great, but it doesn't go from 2 to 4 a lot. But it does go from 1 to 3 a lot. I don't know. This seems fine. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm not sure how to board against this deck I've never played against, so I would like to go first, so. Alrighty. This is so close to being good, and yet it is not. Okay, well, this hand's pretty bad, but I guess Lingering Souls is the best card in the matchup, and we get a Scry, so get that out of here. I don't know. I may be overvaluing how good this card is, but it won us game 1, and if we had turn 3'd it in game 2, it probably would have won it on its own. So. I'm trying to figure out what to fetch here. I think we'll get the Overgrown Tomb. Alright, so there's a path. That's an answer to the Mentor, or a Confidant, as it were. And there's the Confidant. Okay, so I'm going to have to deal some damage to myself here, but that's fine. We have black already, so it's got to be Hallowed Fountain here. Obviously don't like giving him land. He gets, I mean, we go Lingering Souls, he just plays Sorin or something. That's pretty rough, but alternatively, I mean, we got rid of the Confidant and we get a follow-up with Lingering Souls, so. Would have preferred it be Lightning Bolt, but it wasn't. Alright. Well, this is also obviously not ideal. Drawn 2 lands after keeping the you know, and our original hand obviously was iffy, but this is sort of our 5-color mana base working against us a little bit because, you know, the thing is if we mulligan down to 5 and we end up with like a 2-lander or something where we need a lot of different colors in our deck, we just absolutely lose to the smallpox. So like when we have so many colors and pay off for having so many colors with Bring to Light and stuff, I mean more lands is better than not enough. That said, would not have preferred to have drawn 2 out of 3 lands in a row. Yep, there's a Sorin. Alright, well, this seems like reasonable to beat. I mean, lots of Lingering Souls tokens is very good. Not mana tithing me today, buddy. Alright. Poke down the Sorin. You know, I thought he was smallpox. It made this a specific smallpox deck. It's maybe what black-white tokens looks like these days. I'm not actually sure. I mean, we didn't see Bitter Blossom or anything, but yeah, I'll trade, I guess? No, I will not, because I want to be able to send all 4 of these at Sorin next turn to make sure we can beat a removal spell. And then I'd like to draw Bring to Light off the top of my deck so we can go black, white, blue, or black, blue, red, green, white. Oh, just kidding, we're getting smallpox. It's fine. maybe a variant on black-white tokens. It's smallpox, but it's not necessarily like, you know, smallpox, death cloud sort of deck that I would also kind of expect. Yeah, so he's held priority after, oh, he's waiting for him to discard. Interesting. At least he didn't have the Flagstones of Truck-Air to go along with this. I guess I'll discard the planes. I don't want to. Yeah, we're going to need to be able to. Oh, I like him pitching that. We'll obviously take more damage by keeping this over the planes, but we're going to need to be able to fix mana here. Alright, we should be able to follow up with a kill on Sorin. I'm really glad I didn't make that block, by the way. It would have been the all upside smallpox for him. Alright, he's down to 3 cards. Let's see what his follow-up is. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. We have a birds. We have red. I think that I'm going to get rid of the... Oh, God, we can't kill Sorin anymore. Rough. I think I'm going to get rid of this. The birds can do a bunch. I guess black... I'm going to... Let me get rid of this. I don't know what's correct there. I mean... Drawn 4 land. 1 spell this game. Alright, still have ways to win. The Sorin's going to continue to be a problem. He's down to 2 cards. We have 4 mana, so we can kill Sorin next turn. Hopefully, anyways. Lots of good draws in our deck, I know that. It's not bad. So I think I'm actually going to send both of these at Sorin, because he may burn a removal spell to kill one of them, and then we can bolt Sorin dead. Okay. Instead, he just lets Sorin die, and that's fine too. And now we can bolt his next Planeswalker. I would very much like to draw a Courser of Crewfix or something. Alright. Just going to bolt one of these. So he's got... Here we go. Alright, something good off the top. I mean... There are worse draws. I guess. There's probably not. I mean, I guess an uncastable 5-drop would have theoretically been a worse draw. This at least allows us to cast anything in our deck now. Except for Obsidat, I guess. No, even that we can fetch. Let's actually think about that. Because it's black, white, black. I'm offering this trade, by the way. Need to preserve our life a little bit. So we could go black, black, white, white. So we want to get... Okay. What are you pitching? Okay. So we just want to make sure we can get white mana with this, so Sacred Foundry, which conveniently is also our other red. Alright, we can cast anything in our deck. That'll work. Alright, let's see what we can do here. This allows us to cast Bolt and Path. That's... I guess it's not the worst. We can cast it. We can make copies of Courser. The Courser copy value. Alright, we're playing even game here with Liliana. Poking it with our Spirit. So it's just going to come down to top decks. And we know that we have a pretty good one. I guess we get rid of the Spirit. Now if he has a removal spell for this, that'd be annoying. There's the Obsidat. So here's actually an interesting thing. I could make a copy of the Courser and then get him with both Coursers. I guess that's the same as just getting him with the Kiki, except if he kills it in response. No, so the right play here is actually to use the hidden feature on Kiki Jiki, which is that it has haste and has 2 power and can attack. Okay, so Obzidad on top, which we can cast. Basically, we just don't want to get Wrathed here. That's what it comes down to. Oh, smothered. Wow, so we actually made that correct play there because he would have smothered it when we went to use it, so. White, white, black, black, Obsidat. I have no point making a copy of this since it's legendary, so we'll continue to beat down with Kiki Jiki. The most common use of Kiki Jiki, after all. No, maybe not. Oh, Purge on our... Oh, that's annoying. Celestial Purge on the Obsidat. So now that we had Courser and 2 non-lands on top, although I'm happy drawing those non-lands will probably hit a land here. Ooh. Ooh. Just kidding. This guy is conveniently not legendary. We can't even make a copy of the legendary. Eh. Knew it all along. Now, if he has another Doomblade spell in hand, we'll miss out on 2 damage here. Yeah. Well, we certainly made up for drawing all those extra lands in the early game because we went. Oh, he had the smother for the birds. Interesting. Only target, may as well use it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, we went Bolt into Courser, into Kiki, into Obsidat, into Thundermaw, and now he's dead. Wow, what a match. I feel pretty good about that. We actually played around all the removal spells that we needed to.